everyone. It feels so weird to be sitting here in front of my big camera filming a proper video with like a blurry background. It's not my vlog camera. I'm in my bedroom, not in America. For those of you that haven't been following the vlogs or videos in general, you won't know that I've been in America for like 2.5 months, and this is my very first video in my bedroom since I've been back, and it's weird. It's weird to say the least, but I'm actually really excited to be filming on like a proper nice camera. Like I forgot how cool it looks in the background when it's blurry and like it's all set up and stuff, so I'm very excited about this. So for today's video, I'm doing a first impressions, like a drugstore edition. I got some stuff in America. I don't know if it's going to launch soon in South Africa, but I'm very excited about it, and it's all stuff that makes me, well, I just said excited. I have a couple of skincare bits that I've been trying, so not necessarily first impressions, but they are, ooh, that's not drugstore. Well, they're new, so yeah, that's the one thing that's not drugstore. Anyway, so this is drugstore. I've recently been using, during the day, I'm using this. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Gel Cream for Eyes. I really like this. It feels hydrating, but without being like oily and slippy under my eyes to the point where my concealer doesn't actually apply nicely. My concealer applies beautifully over the top of this, and I'll put on my skincare, and then literally, because I'm always rushing in the morning, I basically apply my concealer straight afterwards. And this is basically, it is a gel eye cream. Sinks in really quickly, really easily, doesn't feel funny under makeup. So it's the perfect eye cream to use if you are in a rush daily, if you're a mom, if you're just generally busy and you can't be asked to like wait 30 minutes before putting on your makeup. This is a great eye cream for you. And I think it was like, I think I bought it for maybe $9 or $14. I don't know. We do have it here in South Africa, so you can find it. I'm pretty sure the whole Hydro Boost range is in Clicks. Apparently this Hydro Boost range is amazing. I'm excited to actually go and get some stuff from them. I want to buy the whole range just to try it out and tell you guys what I think of it. I especially want to try, there's a new product that launched recently, which I really want to get my hands on. Let me know if you guys want to see an affordable like skincare review of the entire range, because I really love the eye cream and I'm hoping that I will love the rest of the range because it has hyaluronic acid and that's like my best friend. For moisturizer, this is a product that is not affordable. I mean, it's not a drugstore product. You can't find it at Clicks and Discount, but you can get it at Woolies. This is the new Glamglow Waterburst Moisturizer. This is a very hydrating moisturizer. I'm thinking that maybe I can find a dupe for that if you guys are keen. I'll probably put it up on my blog, but it is blue. Like, it's blue in the actual container, which I think is really cool. It feels really hydrating. My skin feels like plumped up and like just like it's gotten a boost of hydration, which I need with my very dry skin. Oh, feels so good. For foundation, I have something new. I think it was new. I don't know if it's new in America. I don't know if it's come out here in South Africa yet. I don't have much detail on this, but this is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. It has hyaluronic acid. It is obviously part of this Hydro Boost range. It's just the foundation to go with the range, which I'm really excited about, which means that if it has hyaluronic acid in it, it's probably illuminating. It has a glow. It makes my skin look young and radiant. It says it moisturizes and plumps skin for 24 hours. I'm in for that. I'm so keen on that. I have this in the shade Natural Beige, number 60. This has this kind of like concealer applicator. I know that the Tarte Shape Tape foundation has this like applicator, so I'm actually really excited about like the drugstore and like affordable brands coming out with something like this. I'm literally gonna dot this all over my face, which isn't necessarily hygienic, but it's my own face. I'm only using it on myself. Actually, I know it's bad. I know it is. Don't tell me in the comments. I already know. So I've done one little like doe foot applicator, giant, not little, giant doe foot applicator. I'm going to use this Real Technique stippling brush. I've really been enjoying using this to apply pretty much all of my foundations. This is looking beautiful already, and I've barely even blended this in. It's looking hydrated and glowy, a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, which is what I'm going for because I'm pale. I love this foundation though. It's blending in really nicely. I think I'm definitely going to go in with like a second layer on my cheeks, just because I feel like this is, it's got like a light coverage. I feel like I want to see if it can actually build up for those of you that like more of a medium coverage foundation for day to day. I really like the coverage. I would wear like one doe foot applicator of this foundation on a day-to-day basis. I don't mind that my rosy cheeks are coming through. That's not an issue for me because you guys who follow me on Instagram and also just generally on my channel, you know that I go for more light coverage products, like especially for day-to-day. My skin looks hydrated, it looks glowy. You can see there on tops of my cheeks, there's some glow coming through. Generally, my skin looks healthy, which I'm in for. So let's try and build up the coverage a little bit more for those of you that are keen for that. Start on either cheek and then also on my chin, just to see what we can do, how much we can build up. And now, instead of trying to buff this all over my face, I'm actually just going to use the stippling brush to press this into just that area. So I'm keeping it very central on the cheek area where I want to cover up that redness. I mean, it's covering up a little bit more of the redness, but it's not completely covered. So I would say this is definitely more of a light coverage foundation. Looks beautiful on the skin. You can get that very naturally flawless look. For concealer, I'm first going to actually put on a little bit of corrector. I've been using my Bobbi Brown corrector with this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. These have recently come into South Africa. If you're not following me on Instagram, you would not know that. I got a drop from Maybelline with all the, I think it's like 12 shades in the Fit Me concealers. So they're finally in South Africa. They've been out all over the world for years, literally years, and they finally come to South Africa. And they have a good catering for darker skin tones, which makes me very happy because obviously in South Africa, darker skin tones are the majority. So it doesn't make sense to bring in a range and then have mostly for lighter skin tones. That just makes no sense to me. So this concealer I've spoken about on my Instagram stories. I was gonna do it like a first impressions in this video. I had dedicated, I bought this in America and then I got the Maybelline Fit Me drop anyways. Chatting about products on Instagram stories is just an easier way, a quicker way to get it out to you guys so you guys know you can get your hands on this concealer. So it was intended for this video, but I have spoken about it already over there. So this is not technically a first impressions. I'm just gonna do 3 dots underneath my eyes and then I'm gonna blend it in with my Real Technique setting brush. So this is a little bit lighter. I have this in the shade 10 light. And this is kind of the perfect shade for me now in winter when my skin is just pale and I have zero color and I need to add all the bronzer you're going to see. My face is going to transform when I put bronzer on. This blends in beautifully. It has amazing coverage throughout the day. I love the consistency. I love how bright it looks underneath my eyes. I love how much it covers. Like you can see that I look rested and hydrated when I use this concealer and covers up all the dark circles, of which I have many. Like I got back, I think it's like 3 weeks ago now, and I've just been feeling so unmotivated. I was telling Sean, I've told my friends, like I've told my sister, like it's just weird. I just feel unmotivated. Like I feel like I'm not creative in any way. I need to pluck up a lot to film a video, to even film vlogs, just because I'm not in the right headspace. I can't like put my head into being creative and filming really cool videos. Like I have lots of ideas, but then having to sit down and have my personality out or be in front of the camera is something completely different. So I've kind of been struggling with that, but this is me just stepping out and doing it because I can't actually hide and be a brat for much longer. I need to just film videos. This is what I do. This is my full-time job. I can't just sit at home and mope. For brows, I have something new from NYX. I'm pretty sure this will launch soon. This is the NYX Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I got the same shade that I always use in the Micro Brow Pencil, except this has more of like a square kind of long-ish, I will do cutaways of this, long-ish kind of tip, very different to my Micro Brow Pencil. This is kind of like square and long, which will be great for carving out the bottom of my brows. I just don't know how it'll be for creating small brow-like strokes in the front. But let's see, it has a spoolie on one end, as you can see, obviously. With this, I've never actually used a brow pencil like this. I usually go for something with a very tiny tip. It's working well for carving out the bottom of the brow. Nice and easy, a lot quicker. The shade is obviously exactly the same. I knew what I was getting into there. Didn't jump out of the boat with that one. This actually makes it a lot easier to get a very precise line, especially at the base of the brows, for someone like me where I don't do a lot in the brow department. If you haven't seen, on my Instagram stories, I actually did like an updated brow routine using 2 products. It is in my highlights, so if you follow me on Instagram, go to my Instagram profile and then you'll see there like little dots like underneath my bio, and those are all highlighted stories that you can watch for longer than 24 hours. They're just always there now. You can see them whenever. Okay, now for the front. This is the ultimate test. I've turned it to the side just to try and get more of... Okay. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, that looks really natural. I like that. So basically, I find with this that because of the pressure that I put on, which is minimal, I get more of like, it's a little bit darker at the base of my brows, so over there, because I put more pressure at the base and then I kind of flick outwards, like feathered motions. It's lighter towards the top of my brow, which is what brows look like naturally. So this makes it easier for you to create a very naturally feathered brow, which you guys know I'm into. For someone who already has brows, this is the way to go. It's easier to fill in, will take less time, you don't need to be as precise. It just kind of gets the job done a lot quicker. I'm in it. I love this. I'm a fan. The packaging is a little bit more bulky than the micro brow pencil. For my eyes, I have two products. I thought I would try and find a dupe of something I bought recently, which is this. This is new, and I'm hoping it comes to South Africa soon because this is from Wet n Wild, and it does say that it's new on this packaging, so it might take a little while to get here. But when it does, you must just be the person that like pounces and clicks and is like, it's mine. Just beat people away. This is an eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. It's their Rosé in the Air. It has 10 eyeshadows in this tiny packaging. Really, really cool colors as well. I like this palette a lot. I haven't tried it at all. I haven't opened it. It's literally so new to me. I've had this on my dressing table for ages. I've just been looking at it like I want to try it, but I can't. How do I get in though? Why do they make it so hard to get into these palettes? Like really? This palette is beautiful. I'm pretty obsessed with this. I think it was like $5 as well. So that works out to like maybe 60 Rand, 65 Rand for 10 palettes. I mean, for one palette with 10 pans of eyeshadow. Amazing, amazing value for money. And then also, I bought a Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is basically a cream eyeshadow. It just hasn't come to South Africa yet. Maybe they'll do this next after they bring in the Maybelline Fit Me's. They'll bring this in because this is beautiful. And they've had it overseas for years and it just never comes here. So this is basically a cream eyeshadow. I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow base. I have this in the shade Unknown. The shade Creamy Beige. It's definitely darker than beige, but I'm taking a little bit on my ring finger and I'm just applying that on my mobile lid, and then I'm going to fan it out a little bit more so that I can use it as an eyeshadow base. It doesn't blend out as well as I expected it to, if I'm honest. This is still quite patchy, like I'm struggling to blend it out naturally. My brushes are dirty. If you live in Cape Town, you understand the struggle of constantly having dirty brushes. I'm just going to pick up different shades from this palette. I will tell you what they are, but they don't all have names. So I'm going to have to like just describe them. I think I'm going to go in firstly on the brow bone. I have not been wearing eyeshadow. Like my day-to-day look does not consist of eyeshadow. I don't have time for it. I have done a couple of like Instagram tutorials where I show you guys a couple of looks, but day to day, you guys know this. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm not wearing eyeshadow. I basically just wear mascara and bronzer on my eyelids. There's a lot of fallout in this pan already just with that kind of brow bone shade. I can see it. It's kind of everywhere, floating around in the air around me as well. But there's a lot of pigment just with that. I don't know if you can see that already. I think I'm going to pick up the transition shade at the bottom, which is more of a warm toned camely shade. And I'm going to put that in the crease. Again, quite a lot of fallout, but I've gotten a lot on my brush as well. I'm just gonna lightly buff that into my crease area. Ooh, very pigmented. I like that. $5 for this palette. The pigmentation is beautiful. I could actually just do with just that color all over the lid and then just blend it out a little bit. So beautiful. Back to what I was talking about. I kind of feel a little bit like demotivated. Like I look, and it's my own fault. I'm looking at everyone else on Instagram and YouTube and I'm comparing myself. And I tell myself all the time, don't do that. It doesn't help you. It's not going to do you any good to compare yourself to people around you. But it's so hard not to. And I tell you guys this, and I'm actually mostly like pep talking myself when I say not to compare, because that is the biggest thing for me, is I compare myself to everyone around me. And I'm just like, why am I not doing as well? Why are things not going so simply? but I'm comparing myself to what they're doing and showing on Instagram, and it just doesn't work because life is not as simple as what we put on Instagram. Let's all be real about that. Oh, like the lighting though, very harsh. Life is harsh like this lighting. I'm going to take the same kind of dense rounded brush, and I'm actually going to dip into that burnt orange shade. I'm very intrigued to see what the pigmentation is like with this shade because it is beautiful. And I'm trying to just keep this in the crease, not too far, and I'm not taking it like right into the inner corner of my eye. I'm just going to try and keep it on the outer third. Oh my goodness, that pigmentation is beautiful. Holy cow. I'm really feeling this eyeshadow look. I feel like it's an actual look. Like this is not at all like my day-to-day makeup. You guys are like, whoa, Lechelle is really pulling out all the stops today. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm gonna just take some shadows on my lower lash line just to kind of draw it in a little bit more, and I can see what it looks like all together. I am going to take just the transition shade for now, and I'm going to place this on my lower lash line. I'm enjoying this eyeshadow look. I really like it. It looks kind of insane right now because I have no mascara on and nothing else on my face besides foundation. So I look like a flat pancake with a lot of eye makeup, basically. But I freaking love this palette. It's beautiful for $5, which probably works out to like 65 Rand. Maybe when it comes to South Africa, it'll be like 100 Rand, which is still insanely cheap for an eyeshadow palette with 10 shades that are beautiful. They're pigmented. They look amazing on the lids. The only shade I had a problem with was that deep red kind of shade that transferred a little bit onto my under eye area. That's the only one. Otherwise, I'm obsessed with that palette. I'm now going to curl my lashes and try a new mascara. This is actually in South Africa already, which is amazing. I bought this in the US. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. I really like the packaging. It's kind of like nude. It kind of gives me like Kim Kardashian or KKW feels. Like I feel like it looks like her packaging. Very simple. Okay, let's see what this mascara is made of. I'm so excited about this. It seems like a more volumizing mascara just because of the brush. I will do a close-up of this so you can see. It's got lots of tiny little bristles. I'm assuming it's a synthetic brush. And I don't have a tiny mirror. I do. I have my hourglass one. I'm going to apply this and we're going to see what I think of it. I always want volume and length. I'm not one for either one of them. I want both. I want everything for my lashes because most days I don't wear eyeshadow, so I need something that's going to make my lashes look insane on a daily basis. I'm feeling this mascara. I feel like I've got a good amount of volume going. My lashes are not clumping together, and there I just got mascara on my flippin' eyelids. This mascara is getting a huge thumbs up from me. I rate Maybelline mascaras really highly. I love a lot of them. A lot of my favorite drugstore mascaras are actually from Maybelline, and this is definitely going in that favorite section. I'm going to test it out a little bit more. I will do a first impressions on, not a first impressions, but like a little review on Instagram stories as well to show you guys. Sorry, I just saw two eyelashes that were stuck together. To show you guys what I think and what it looks like in general. But for right now, I'm pretty damn obsessed with this mascara. I think it's beautiful. Bronzer, you guys have seen me use this, but it is a new bronzer that I love, and I'm writing a review this week, so actually it will already be up, which means I will tell you, put a link over there. I've got, not put a link over there. I've got a link up here. You guys can go and read a review that I wrote about this bronzer. It's absolutely beautiful. My only concern is that I went to Bisque, I think last weekend with Candice, and then Bisque said that they didn't have any stock, and this was at their Canal Walk branch. So I don't know if they have stock anywhere else, but apparently the suppliers haven't brought it in. I will email them. I did actually go to a launch or an event with them, and they said that these were coming in, and that was like the beginning of the year, end of last year. And I just want to make sure that you guys can actually get your hands on this, because it is a beautiful product. It's an amazing bronzer. It just gives your skin like an overall like beautifully bronzed look, like a goddess. You actually do look like a goddess. Like you've been on an island for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and all you've done is tan, and it's just so beautiful. Look at that. It's automatically kind of like brought this look together. It's brought the eyes, the foundation, everything just looks that much better just because my skin is bronzed up. Oh, I love this so much. Also, I like to use this on my chin area. So it's not a contour product. It is a bronzer, but it works wonders on that double chin. Off camera, I put on my highlights and I used my MAC Soft and Gentle. I haven't used this in ages. I didn't even take it with me to America. And then for blush, I used the shade Culture, and this is one of the Tarte Amazonian clay blushes. Spoken about this palette before. It's absolutely beautiful. It was like a Christmas limited edition. And I was going to use my MAC Soft and Gentle to highlight my inner corners of my eyes, but I'm actually going to use this very almost champagne-y shimmer shade from this Wet n Wild palette. I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corners, just so that we can see how these shimmers work if they have like a lot of pigment, which they do. This is beautiful. Literally highlighting the inner corners of your eyes makes all the difference. So for lips, I don't have anything that I haven't tried before, and I don't have anything new that I bought in America. So I'm going to try an old favorite. This is my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Driver's Seat. It's kind of like a peachy, orangey shade, and I thought it would kind of go perfectly with this look. I am completely obsessed with this look. Look at the highlighter, the bronzer, the eyes, everything. The mascara, actually, the more I'm looking at it, the more I love it. I am completely obsessed with this look. That's all I can say. I love it. I feel like this video has literally rekindled my love for makeup. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done in this video, but I was feeling a little bit like average and down before I filmed this. But I feel so happy. I feel so good about this look. I feel good about myself. It's not all the makeup, but the makeup has definitely made such a big difference to the way I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so good. Oh my lord. On my Instagram stories and on my Instagram in general, there's always fresh content, especially for stories. Go and check out my highlight reel that has a lot of cool stuff in it. It's all about new makeup, new beauty things, skincare. There's lots of new little like tutorials, like very short kind of Insta tutorials, makeup that I'm doing on that day. Just stuff like that. Go and check out my Instagram. You guys are going to love it. If you are loving the Instagram content, then comment down below if you enjoyed this video. Leave me lots of comments. Leave me lots of love. I love hearing from you guys, and it makes me want to film more. So comment down below. Give this video a like if you want to see more. Why am I so dark all of a sudden? Okay, the sun has gone behind a cloud. I'm going to say goodbye now because it's getting very dark. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, Sunday's video is a vlog. Cool. See you. Bye.